out of control.
So today's video is about the level of racing that we have back in South Africa. And this race is a race that I did 3 years ago, got second place, and was a decent race. 144 Ks, just over 3.5 hours of riding, and 1,461 meters of elevation. Now, even though there wasn't much climbing for the entirety of the race, there was a section where you go through the nature reserve that most of the climbing was concentrated. So that's where the 1,461 comes from. So as you can see, the normalized power for the race was 287 watts, and I used the Strava plugin because it gives me the actual normalized power versus the Strava one. But in this case, they are both the same. So at the time I was weighing 67 kilos. If we take the normalized power of the race, which was 287 watts, and divide it by 67, we can see that the watts per kilo is just about 4.3 watts per kilo. So that's a decent level of racing there. Now, other things that we can look at that are interesting is the average speed, 40.5. That's a decent speed for that kind of elevation. Max speed, 85. So we're flying quite a lot on the downhills, about 3,200 calories of energy burnt. So if we go to the analysis, we can have a look at some of the hot spots or the segments in the race where the main moves occurred. So here you can see there's two major climbs in this race. So we'll have a look at the first one, look at the intensity of the first climb. Okay, so if we select it from here, it looks like it should give us a pretty decent average wattage. Yeah, 379 watts for 6 minutes and 16 seconds. So if we take 379 and divide that by 67, yeah, it's about 5.65 watts per kilo. And then the second pressure point was over here. So if we select it at this point, and in the selection there, we can see that for just over 11 minutes, 362 watts. And I remember this is where I had the breakaway. I just did a Chris Froome style, stayed in the saddle, and I just put in a decent effort at about 600 watts. We'll select that now, but let's just quickly work out the watts per kilo here for the 11 minutes. Okay, so we take 362 divided by 11. 67 gives us 5.4. Decent watts per kilo there. Remember, it's also 144k race, so you can't expect PRs for the time durations. So here was the attack. This is where I got away and managed to actually drop the guy who finished in front of me. His name is Willie Smith, and he actually rides for Katusha now. So he's actually got a really successful cycling career going. So 539 watts for just over 30 seconds, that's where the attack occurred, and the guys are pretty worn down at this point. That was also about 112 k's into the race. So yeah, that's the level of racing in South Africa. If you want to do well, then you should be able to push out about 4.3 watts per kilo for over 3.5 hours. So I hope you found this video pretty useful, and if you want me to make more videos like this about the racing in South Africa, then give this video a thumbs up and leave your thoughts in the comments down below.